Welcome to the Delish Guestlist podcast, a deep dive into the lives and work of Hong Kong's crazy food and beverage industry leaders, hosted by the Beat Asia publication. Today, we invited two budding mompreneurs, owner Abby Cadman and general manager Tegan Waters from Feste Group. Listening in is marketing manager Natalie Fong. Abby and Tegan speak with us about operating Hong Kong's leading catering company, Feste Group, with casual catering arm Gingers, alongside bespoke, opulent event management hand Relish, to conceptualize and host the city's most memorable parties, events, and soirees. Listen to Abby and Tegan's journey as mums who are making a change to how Hong Kongers eat and party, only on the Delish Guestlist. For the layman that doesn't know Hong Kong or who Hong Kong's oldest catering company and sole leading catering company, what is Relish and what are Gingers? What is Gingers? Yeah. Can you explain that to us, please?
So Gingers, just to correct, we're not the longest standing catering companies. We're just the best.
Just the best.
So this is where we've worked really hard to make sure that there's a clear line between both of them, because essentially when Abby purchased both of them, they were almost competitors. So what we've done is we've standardized Gingers to make it, your never failing catering company, just easy, simplicity is key. Whereas Relish is much more an events company that does catering, and all the catering is bespoke. We make sure that we, give our clients an event to remember. Not that we don't with Gingers, but Gingers, a lot of the time a chef doesn't go to Gingers. It's just a drop off, and we have the same waiters that we've had for 22 years.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So sometimes they're very good at the food as well.
Yeah.
But the recipes, the love that's come from Gingers has been sustained for 22 years, since 2001.
Yes.
Are people familiar with that in Hong Kong? And they return to Gingers because you got the same plates of food, you got the same great plates of food.
We've tried to really hold on to the heritage that is Gingers, and to the previous owner, Liz, was really well known in Hong Kong, and it was an extension of her personality, and she was a chef as well. So we don't want to lose that personality and that authenticity, but we just wanted to just streamline it and make it more reflect our personalities now. We're going into the new generation, and things have changed a lot, especially after COVID and during COVID. So we needed to adjust the business to suit the new needs of our clients while still keeping true to our core at Gingers. And the same thing with Relish as well. I actually worked at Relish as an event manager before I took over. So I felt like I was part of the fabric there already before taking over the company, and then started to make it, reflect me more, and added the events components like the backdrops and the decor, the production, which then made sense to go into a bigger space and have our central kitchen in Wong Chuk Hang, which that actually we were pushed to do that during COVID, but it was something in the back of our minds even before COVID hit. So it just kind of escalated and fast-tracked that journey of going over there and expanding to the events world and not just being a catering company. So now we're able to differentiate between Gingers and Relish and give clients two really different offerings. So Gingers, like Tegan said, has more of a standardized menu process. It's a lot of drop-off items, more casual. And then Relish is more bespoke. We can do really crazy themed events. The menus can be really high-end, as well as the entertainment side of things and the flowers and the whatever you can think of, anything to do with an event. We do it all in-house with Relish, so it just becomes a one-stop shop.
What type of bites and meals can I get from Gingers? What are the most memorable sort of offerings that you can get?
So our canapes are probably the most ordered We've got so many favourites on there. And the good thing is that, as Abby said, obviously we've tried to modernise Ginger's in a way but not lose its core values. But we do have people, especially Liz's friends, that will ask us for certain things that used to be on the menu. And of course we can still do that. And yeah, Ginger's and Relish are two separate teams. We don't run on the same team. So I think that also helps us that we're not asking one team to run two companies. It's only Abby and I that do both.
Why catering? Why is there a need for catering in Hong Kong?
Because it's fun.
Oh, let's expand on fun. I mean, of course it is fun, creating food, giving these experiences, but...
Yeah, but you can work in a restaurant. I mean, catering's been my background, F&B's been my background, but obviously I have dipped in and out of restaurants. But yeah, so catering's fun. No 2 days are the same. And I just love getting that inquiry that's so out of the box, and we sit down and we all work together, and we work in a real team. Ginger's is very much like, I obviously am involved day to day with the team, but not to sit down and create menus and really think out the box. So it's lots of fun. And also I love the styling. So Abby and I are the in-house florists.
Yes.
So you'll find us at Prince Edward, scoping out the flower markets.
So the idea of joining Relish and Ginger's together with Feste Group allows for I say Relish being a creative outlet and Ginger's to supply that volume to increase the business. Is it important to have those crazy party ideas to really stretch yourselves to have those no 2 days that are the same?
Well, especially after COVID, what we've found is all our clients, they want the next best thing.
Yeah.
Really?
They don't want a boring sit-down event. So we've really delved into food stations, markets, tastings, different styled events, playing on imagination, nostalgia, all those kind of...
People want to be wowed now. I think everyone was kind of stuck at home and inside during COVID, and now everyone's trying to one-up each other on their next event, whether it's their birthday or wedding or whatever it may be. It used to be fine to just do a brunch, and now people want the disco ball dancer or mermaids in their pool, or just really crazy, crazy stuff and things hanging from the ceilings. And it's not enough anymore to just have dinner and drinks. It's got to be next level. It's got to be an experience. It's got to be Instagrammable. Everything is online now, so everything needs to look wow. And that makes it a lot of fun for us. But it's also brought this whole new challenge of creating events that are, show-stopping and making the client really love what they see and have a unique experience every time. So people's expectations have really increased. I think that it is due to COVID, a lot of it, as well as just everyone being on Instagram and online all the time. So
now, you mentioned Instagram twice in that sentence.
Yes.
18 years ago and 22 years ago, respectively, both of those companies had not existed in line with Instagram.
No, and they would have just had an office phone, probably.
Yeah.
Is this the reason why no idea is too crazy for a party?
Yeah.
And that's why you have to go over the top?
Yeah, because nothing's not been done.
Are you guys not going to be successful if you don't have this virality on Instagram, if people don't share it?
I think we definitely embrace technology in our office, and we don't want to be left behind.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be too good for posting or really taking that leap and moving the direction that our clients want us to move in. So we're definitely embracing it, and I think it's a good thing. And why not? Because now everything is being looked at under a microscope, so it makes you have to deliver really fantastic products as well.
We also try and show the real side of us on Instagram. We don't just show the perfect thing. An event is really hard. Bumping into an event, I'm sure you can think of events that you've been invited to, whether they be for a brand or an opening, and you just go in, you get your glass of champagne, you sit down at the table's set, you get the food and you leave. The thought and process that has got everything in there at that time is huge. We sometimes, especially for venues, we have 1 hour to bump in. So we sometimes set up 150 people dinner in an hour. We are duct taping stuff at the, under the table. We're making sure there's no wires. We're polishing cutlery as it goes down. We're putting drinks on ice. Everything that got you to that moment of the first person walking in is chaos.
Yeah.
But no one sees the behind the scenes. And so that's why we really want to be real. We want to show what it is to be in events, because people think it's quite luxurious sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, it must be so fun being in the events.
It's not.
And it's
It's fun.
The adrenaline rush is like really exciting, and seeing a project from start to finish, I love that feeling. And that's what we stay in this industry for, I think, because it's just so, no day is the same. A client comes to you with some crazy idea, or even just a normal, dinner party, and you're there from start to finish, and you don't get a second chance. You have one chance to execute it, and, if things go wrong, you need to fix them without the client or the guests being affected or noticing anything. And then you finish it and you're like, wow, I just did that. That was amazing. And you can kind of slump down in your couch and take a
This
deep
is a
breath.
drug for you then.
Yeah.
But,
Abby and I
it is.
both have our little sayings about events. So mine that I always say to my team is, no one was meant to know what it looked like. So you just have to make it look good.
Yeah.
And Abby's is, 3 things will always go wrong.
Yes.
My mum is, there's not a party started without someone spilling something.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or a broken glass. Yeah, but that's a very Jewish saying, Everyone has their things.
Yeah.
It's 24 degrees right now in this lovely studio. The aircon's blasting, but outside it's kind of hot. And we're coming into summer. How many parties on average are you guys holding this summer? It's going to be a busy one now.
Yeah. Well, we do about 100 events a month. Between the two companies.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's busy.
100?
Yeah.
And then in December, November,
Sometimes
you
10
can,
a
triple
day.
that.
Yeah.
So with the capacity to not only the logistics of creating those events, to working with his clients as well, what goes into the creation and the curation of those recipes, the food? Is this something that you have 2 separate teams on? Are there chefs, waiters? Is the ideation coming from you guys, or is it sort of bottom top with,
Bit
the
of
food?
both. So I would say when we're really busy, obviously our kitchen is slightly unapproachable because they've been working 17, 18-hour days,
Wow.
7 days straight. So I would say Abby and I take the lead on the creative side. But then we also know that events work, kind of in a wave during the year. So we concentrate on the quieter times, doing all this team building and talking about the future. We try and look 3 months ahead. So we always are prepared for what could come or what could be, basically being prepared.
Yeah.
Time management.
And, we've been in this industry for a long time now. So it is a well-oiled machine, and we're constantly updating as well. So we're creating a system with a tech company that will hopefully be put to use after summer, that has all of our client details. We'll make the proposals. We'll have all the menus on there, and just, further streamline things, make things easier for the chefs and the event managers, and everything's all in one place. It'll be on an app. And, so again, with the technology side, we're really trying to embrace technology, embrace what's out there to make our lives easier and to make our team's lives easier. So
in essence, you want to employ technology to streamline and centralize
Well,
the
we
food.
basically, not the food side, but in terms of, the procedures of events, there are so many and it's so hard. Like for one event, even if, say, you were doing an office party, like we would have a proposal, we would have a back of house, we would have a packing list, we would have a meeting with our chef. Everything is, no matter how small or big the event, there's a huge process. So what we're trying to do is embrace the technology on how we can put things together to make it a simpler way of doing things for our office team, but also for the client, in a client perspective, because we send you a proposal, you send us changes back. every change is done by hand, but, everything has changed. So we're just trying to basically use technology to our advantage.
So this is where you guys lead. You get a call from someone on your website, and it's not some random person redirecting you as Abby and Tegan.
No, you come directly to us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We work in the office every day with our team. We're available to our team at all times.
All times?
Yeah, all times.
Yes, really all times.
Really all times.
So how many days a week do you work in the industry?
Well, technically it's 5 days, but we're always on call. Like you just...
Nat's shaking her head.
I Googled the word mumpreneur today, and I found it's in many dictionaries. You guys aren't new mums, but mums of family. Soon to be.
Soon to be mum of two over here.
Soon to be mum of two. How does that balance with 100 events a month coming into the first summer where Hong Kong's back? And you guys are not going to be working 5 but 7 days.
I'm more efficient as a mum.
Really?
Yeah.
You can balance the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's too easy to respond to someone now. Like, I can't stand when someone says to me, oh, I sent an email and then I had to follow up 2 days later. You get an email like you get a WhatsApp. Just reply. It just makes everyone's life easier. And, if you don't pick up the phone, someone else will. And I just feel like what I can do in a few hours, some people do in a whole day because they go out for lunch, they do this, they faff around, whatever they do. Whereas time management that whatever the task I have in front of me, whether it's I'm with the kids or I'm at work, I just focus solely on that task to just complete it. But also these days it's, we live and work in a modern world, right? So sitting at a desk from 9 till 5 doesn't exist anymore in my thinking.
Unfortunately, but that's the truth.
It doesn't exist. So I can answer emails, at 6 a.m. sometimes, earlier, depending on what time I've woken up. But then it doesn't mean that, I don't work until I sit at my desk at 9 and then at 5 I leave. It's a broken day, but it's more efficient.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, definitely being a mum does make you more efficient and you prioritize your day better. But I don't think it's affected the workload or balance that much. And we're in a really lucky spot in Hong Kong we have helpers, the kids have activities all the time. So it would be far more difficult if we were not in Hong Kong.
Food lovers, get ready for Italian Week Hong Kong 2023. From May 29th to June 4th, in partnership with the Italian Chamber of Commerce, we're celebrating Italy's finest culinary traditions right here in Hong Kong. Indulge in authentic Italian cuisine at top dining establishments with special events and exclusive offers. Immerse yourselves in Italy's rich culinary culture and create unforgettable memories. Mark your calendars and join us for Italian Week Hong Kong 2023. For more info, visit italianweek.hk.
But as well as that, we have an incredible team to rely on. So we've really made a lot of effort in investing in our team, in our culture, and we trust that they will do an amazing job in whatever role that they are in. And we're more of a supporting act to our team, really, at this stage. We used to be a lot more, hands-on on the ground, but our team has expanded and we're able to have more kind of focus now on the bigger picture, which makes things easier because you're not sort of spread so thin on, being on an event and unpacking things and doing flowers and all that kind of hands-on stuff that takes a lot of time. So it's more about supporting the different team members in doing what they're doing.
You're not the first mums that have appeared on the Delish Guestlist podcast, but you are the busiest from what it seems. And the many people that we've interviewed on this podcast, the many people that you see on a daily basis at your favorite restaurants across Hong Kong, not just the center, are singletons or people that don't have many commitments. So what words of advice would you give to mums or motherly figures who are trying to enter the F&B and event space?
I think my biggest thing would be it's not a disadvantage to be a mum. I think actually it's the opposite. I think it's an advantage to be a mum working in an industry that, people rely on every single day. F&B is a huge part of our lives, whether it be a drink after work, a coffee, lunch, dinner, you're always doing something in F&B. Yes, okay, it's, not your 9 to 5, go here, go there, but there's flexibility in it. You can swap days off, you can, work different shifts, you can probably drop your kids off to school, or some days you can pick them up, whereas if you work in an office, sometimes you can't. But yeah, I think it's an advantage to be a mother, especially in a working world. As I said about efficiency before, you're more efficient because, I guess before I was married, before I had kids, yes, okay, I would work, but I would just faff a lot more. Whereas now I just kind of get it done because I've got to be somewhere else, or I've got a purpose, or you complete a task.
There is a lot more flexibility in this industry. So for, like Tegan said, if you're a mum and you need certain times of the day to go and pick up your kids, or you've got activities on or something like that, events happen at different times. Sometimes we have corporate events that are in the morning. Sometimes we have, we've got dinner parties that go on into the night. So no day is the same. So you can kind of work around your schedule a little bit as well. And it is more flexible as long as you're sort of, when you are at work, it is pretty full on. But at least there's that flexibility of being able to have a little bit of a balance, work-life balance.
So moving away from the logistics of working efficiently and going towards the food side, you mentioned people have to eat. I calculated earlier this morning I've eaten 25,000 meals in my life, which is a scary number because I maybe have about 75,000 to go, so I've got to make each one of them worth it. But how does Gingers and Relish make that meal memorable as compared to that 16,000 other restaurants in Hong Kong,
Because it's an experience. When you have an event, you choose to do this event because it's something special that you want to celebrate, or you want to host, anything like that. And the reason why we do so well is because we know what we're doing. We make it so simple to just come into your home, whether it's sit-down dinner, canapes, whatever it might be, and all your friends say to you the next day, oh, we had the nicest experience. It was such a great time. The food was great. The drink was great. But it's the experience. It's not just, oh, I remember I went to this restaurant and I had the best salad. I had the best meal, whatever it might be.
Service is everything.
Service is everything.
Yeah.
That's what they remember. And that's the key to why Abby and I run the business, because we pride ourselves on the service that we, give to our clients.
And we're in the industry of fun, of celebration. When a client comes to us, it's because they're planning something exciting. So being part of that is exciting for us as well. They don't come to us because they want catering for their depression day. That it's because they're celebrating an amazing event and they want us to be part of that, which is a privilege. So we always want to make sure that every client that comes to us, all 100 events per month, are treated in that same vein of this is going to be an amazing day. We're able to be part of this. Thank you for the privilege, and deliver amazing food, amazing service that reflects the event that they're having, the occasion that they're celebrating. You
guys haven't hosted a divorce party, haven't you yet?
Oh, no,
we haven't yet, actually.
Well, there you go. Here's the idea.
There we go.
Any divorcees out there, we can sponsor your event.
This is the call to action. Anyone listening right now? What was I about to say? The meals served by Feste Group are tried and tested, but can you explain a tiny bit more about what type of meals? Is it everything you do? Contemporary, you could do Australian, you could do British, American, Chinese, Japanese. What can I get at Gingers and Relish?
We call it Asian fusion, but more if you're looking for it Asian style. But we're more heavily tilted towards Mediterranean, European style menus. We don't have Asian kitchen, so we don't have the woks and the fire. So we've got a Western kitchen, and we don't pretend that we can do those really traditional Chinese dishes because there are plenty of people here in Hong Kong that can do those. So we stick to what we know. We love Mediterranean-style food, and our chefs are well-versed in a multitude of different techniques and cuisines. But yeah, it tends to be a mixture of Mediterranean style and then Asian fusion to kind of, it's a bit of a mixing pot, just like Hong Kong, I guess.
So it's reflective of what your clients' needs are,
Yeah.
where your clients are from.
Exactly. And also you're dealing with multicultural clients, especially in the corporate world. So people order bento boxes from us, but there's people from all around the world. So we have to make sure that there's enough variety in there to suit everybody because, you know, it's not fair to just offer a sandwich to someone who doesn't usually have a sandwich or whatever it might be.
I understand Asian fusion because obviously you're pairing the East meets West, and that's what Hong Kong is and has always will be. But Mediterranean, what's the love for that? Is it a more democratic choice for food?
No, I think that's the food that we like.
Yeah.
That's the food that we cook.
When did you guys fall in love with Mediterranean food then?
So my mum's Italian, so always.
And you're
Yes,
from...
and I'm Albanian, so we do a lot of hosting at home, lots of cooking with mum and...
Big plates.
Yeah, big
So that's what
plates,
Mediterranean
lots of
food is to you.
Mediterranean food
Generous.
is love on a plate.
Yes.
Really?
It's simplicity and love and, you know, it's not trying too hard.
You can mess up. You can drizzle a few things on it.
Just drizzle
Bit of this,
olive
bit
oil
of that.
always fixes everything.
Right. And can you have too much olive oil these days?
I don't think so.
I
You don't think so? Yeah, no. Moving on to our rapid fire questions. That was good, right?
Good.
You weren't prepared. Moving on to our rapid fire questions, Abby and Tegan. You both have less than 30 seconds to come up with a few words to answer each question. If you fail to come up with an answer in 5 seconds, we'll move on to the next one. Are you ready?
Oh, gosh.
I always
Do
watch
we
these
take it
talk
in
shows and I'm like, oh my God, why can't they get it right? And now I'm panicking.
Are you guys stressing you? Just first question. What does society not tell you before you become a mum?
Gosh, no one tells you anything about becoming a mum before you're a mum because it's your own experience.
Beautiful.
Do you want me to answer that?
We can have a complimentary answer as well, Abby.
How much poo you have to deal with?
On to the next one then. A question about food. What is one memorable meal that Feste Group has created for its clients?
There's so many to remember.
What's the first
I don't even
one?
know what my favourite meal is. I would say our casual dining menu at Relish is my favourite because it leads to that, you know, memories on a plate. It's really nostalgic to me that it's Mediterranean. I love slow roasted meats and, you know, a variety. I love eating, you know, a taste of everything rather than just one plate.
I would say, to complement that, our signature dish at Relish is our whiskey cured tea smoked salmon, which has been on the menu for I think all of the
Forever.
18 years, and it's still our client favorite. It's my favorite. It's so good. So just that one dish, I think, always reminds me of Relish.
What do you guys miss about home? Well, Hong Kong is home, but what do you miss about the former home? Australia and the UK.
The lifestyle.
Yeah, probably the lifestyle.
What's
And
the-
obviously my mum and dad.
That's good. That's a good one.
Aside from family,
Aside from
just
family.
the relaxed lifestyle, beaches.
So excluding family and friends, who do you love the most in the world?
My kitties.
That's family.
I know, but they're just the best.
They're just another tier. Yeah. What
My
about you?
team, because they make my life easy.
Yes. Yeah, Natalie over
Nat?
there.
Not my everything.
I don't see a ring on her hand.
There you
We're
go.
trying.
We're trying.
Get her hooked up.
What do you get up to on the weekends when you're not working?
Literally kid stuff.
What kind of kid stuff?
Between tennis lessons and this, that. No, I live in Clearwater Bay, so our weekends are very much like a hike to the beach. I try and bring as much of that, like we say, missing that lifestyle of not living in a bustling city. I really try on the weekend to shut off and enjoy my surroundings, having no plans and just kind of cooking. I cook a lot on the weekends. I'm a feeder. I like to
Yes.
feed my family.
Yeah, I think hosting at home and also going to the beach, just taking in what Hong Kong has to offer. It's such an amazing city.
Where's your guys' favourite beaches? Answer this very carefully.
Clearwater Bay Beach is pretty special. Pretty special.
People don't like
Tai Lung Wan.
Tai Lung Wan?
Yeah.
There's a few Tai Lung Wans. There's one in Lantau and then there's one in Cyclone.
The main.
The Cyclone.
The proper one.
All the small beaches you can get to by boat as well in Cyclone. You could be anywhere in the world. Bluff Island, all those tiny
I
little
like
Yeah.
Repulse. I don't do Cyclone.
Yeah, that you like Repulse because you can get coffee while you're
it's
up there.
convenient.
Yeah, I can get some brunch. I can get some Thai food. I can eat some dim sum on the beach.
Yeah, but
doesn't
then
love
there's
that?
like Band-Aids in the water and like plastic
Masks.
bags floating around.
Everyone doesn't like that answer. I say Repulse and everyone just cringes. If you could go to any city right now in the world and eat, where would you go?
And eat. Oh my God, I don't know. Italy. Have a bowl
City.
of pasta.
Oh,
City.
city.
Oh, Rome.
I'm going there in the summer.
Oh, I would go to Tirana, which is the capital of Albania. I love Albanian food so much. It's so good.
What is the best party you've hosted and the best party you've attended?
Okay, so this year, actually, we did a huge event for UBS, and it was at the AIA Wheel. And so that was just fun because it was watching everyone be a kid.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And as the food offering was a picnic basket, and it just, you watched everyone's face kind of get this picnic basket and not know what to do and open it and just basically be a child and then go on rides. It was great.
Yeah. No, that was a great event. And it was the start of those big events coming back. So it was just everyone was in a good mood. It was a really great start to the year.
What was the best party you attended then?
Attended. Oh, I went to Prada Mode. I actually worked on Prada Mode.
Wow.
In Tai Kwun in 2019. That was fun.
Oh, gosh, I don't know which party I've attended.
So many
There's
to
just
choose
so
from.
many.
Oh my gosh.
We'll take that as an answer.
Yeah.
What's the biggest lie that you've ever told?
Oh my God, this is so hard. I've definitely lied really badly to clients. Everything's fine. We didn't forget anything. You just don't worry about it. It's all good. And then I'm
Frantically in the background.
screaming on the phone at someone being like, I need it now.
What's the one party in the entire world, former, present, and future, that you guys would like to go to?
Oh my God, I have no
There
idea.
we ask tough questions.
Yeah, you
really.
do.
I'm not that cool.
Well, you know what? The Met Gala just happened, and
Okay.
I
Okay,
am a bit
yeah.
of a fashionista. if I
Yes,
do say
Abby
so
would
myself.
definitely be, she'd be best dressed at the Met Gala for sure.
I just sense a lot of stealing answers.
Is there any like pajama party? I'd be really good at that.
That's the one that you can host. Thank you very much. What is a local snack in Hong Kong that you can't live without?
Oh, dim sum. I
Okay.
just love dim
Yeah.
sum, Zai Long Bao, anything.
Oh, yeah.
Just dim sum.
Yeah.
I love an egg waffle. Went
She gets
past
them
my
from the
favourite
cart
place.
downstairs.
What's your go-to excuse to get out of a party or an invite?
My kids.
Oh,
Oh, fever again.
Easy.
These kids. Oh, I can never get out of this cycle. Every Saturday night.
yeah.
See, that's a good thing about having kids.
Where are you guys going on holiday next?
To Italy
Oh, fun.
in August. which
What
will
are you
be
doing there?
amazing. We're staying in a villa with the whole family. It's going to be amazing. Tuscany, lots of wine. Oh, can't wait.
What about you, Tegan?
I'm going to go to Bali in the summer.
Lovely.
Take the kids.
And what are you guys cooking up in the next few months that you can share with us on the podcast? Anything exciting?
At work or home?
At work? Or both?
At work. So I'm working on so we've done our like spring summer menu. I'm working on our next one, which will be like our autumn menu. So like trying to do a few fun things with, soups and just putting different flavors together.
We're also
Yeah, I didn't know if I was allowed to say.
We're about to launch our baby food product, which hopefully will happen after summer. So we've got our packaging is probably 90% there, and we're doing baby purees to start with, called Bibi Bebe. So that's going to be fun.
I was realizing I don't know much about the baby food industry in Hong Kong, but I'm not the right person to know about the baby food industry in Hong Kong. But you heard it here first. The hottest soups in Hong Kong are coming straight to you.
Yeah, not in temperature.
Not in temperature, but in fever and in flavour. Thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. It's been great.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Thank you. Awesome. Do you guys have anything else to share? Last moment.
We're working on quite a fun event, actually. I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, go for it.
Our edible art fair. So watch this space.